I'm making this video especially for the youngsters. For the past few days, I have been observing that whenever I have a session, a general communication session with my trainees, I've seen that most of the people are stuck into relationships. At a very early age, as early as 18, 17, even 16, I've seen that. I'm not talking about a relationship where you just go out, hang out, go on a date. I'm not talking about that kind of relationship. I'm talking about a relationship where a person thinks it's serious. A relationship where a person thinks that he cannot live without the opposite gender. A relationship where he thinks that there is no escape. A relationship where he feels or she feels that she is stuck and helpless. And when I hear these stories from my own trainees, my own people, I feel really sad, I feel disappointed, because this is not the age, not the right age where you have to take so much stress, so much tension. You are in so much of anxiety. This is the very energetic period, the most energetic period of your life where you actually can make a great career. It's the making and breaking point of your life. I'm not saying you cannot do it at the later ages of your life. You can do that. But early you start, the faster you grow. That's the basic idea. Now, the movies that we have been seeing becomes a catalyst in this. They actually provoke you, rather motivate you to do these kind of things. First, understand, it may break your heart, but let me put across this way. When you're dealing with an opposite gender, it can be a female dealing with a male or a male dealing with a female. You're actually not realizing that your biology plays a lot of part in that, a lot of part. If you understand the concept of female, her biology rules her psychology. That's how it is. And for male, it's vice versa. Both the genders try to understand each other, but on the contrary, they don't understand their own self. First, they have to understand their biology, their mentality, their psyche. Only then you can go ahead and understand why this is happening to you. After wasting 5 years, 6 years of your precious time, and then you realize, oh my God, what went wrong? And then again, the same thing, and the vicious circle keeps going on without ending. It takes you away from everything. It takes you away from your family, your people, your career, and on the bigger hand, on the bigger side, it takes you away from your own self, where you could have done great thing. You could have transformed yourself, and you're not doing that. Rather, you're investing your time in an individual where there is no guarantee that he's going to be with you forever. Rather, you're having a lot of troubles from him or her. Now, first understand that when you reach to a certain age and you feel attracted, what is happening to you? If you understand this basic concept, this basic biology of yours, your 80% of the problems will be solved right now. When a male sees a female, that's the nature how it has been designed. The basic idea of attraction and getting cling to somebody, falling for somebody, is not because the person is beautiful or handsome. Understand that. That's how the nature has programmed you, that you have reached to an age where now you can reproduce. Now, because you can reproduce, the nature has engraved something in your DNA where you will fall for the opposite gender. That's going to happen. Now, it can happen from the male side to the female side, or a female side to the male side. That's how it's going to happen. So when a male sees a girl and he finds it beautiful, it's not beautiful. It is new. It's the secret, the suspense that the female holds. and the male thinks that this is love. Now that's simple biology. The biology says now you have reached to puberty and now you have to mate and reproduce. Now if you were in jungle, in the forest, and you're going by the law of the nature, you will not fall in love. You will just see an opposite gender. You are ready, she is ready, you will mate and reproduce. That's what is going to happen in forest. We are living in society. Here, when you like somebody, we cannot use the word reproduction, sex. Now these things are kind of taboo here. It sounds very absurd, odd, and makes the other person uncomfortable. Rather, the entire society becomes uncomfortable. So we have to use these beautiful words to cover the biology of male and female. Now the word is love, romance, all sort of words we use just to cover up the reality. The reality is totally different. When you see somebody get attracted, it's just the trigger mechanism in your body that's giving you a sign and telling you you are ready for reproduction. If you see, we are also animals. We're just living in society, so we become social animals, but our basic, our core remain the same. Now when it comes to females, now they also get attracted, but they have a different biology, and I told you their biology impacts their psychology. For females, they want a man who can actually take care of them. Because if the man is not able to take care of her, how can she commit to him and produce a baby? So the female is also committing to a male who's giving her security, who's kind of manly, who's kind of protective, and all these things in her DNA tells her that yes, I am ready to reproduce. Now if I told you same thing in the forest, this would have been resulted into mating and then baby. But you always know the one who suffers the most is the female. She has to bear the child for 9 months, and even after 9 months the baby is so vulnerable in our human kingdom that the female has to take care of the baby for almost 5-6 years. The baby is actually very vulnerable. So she needs someone who can take care of her and her baby for like 7-8 good years. So that's why it comes to security. Now, when you fall for somebody and you call it love, you never hold back and understand what is actually happening to you. The urge of meeting that person, the detachment sadness is actually the trigger mechanism that have been made in your body. And you're going by your biology so strongly, nobody can take it away from you. And when you feel like that you cannot live without the person, it's also your biology. You've tuned so nicely with the person that now separation becomes impossible. Now these two people running strongly by their chemicals, their biology, so much problem with your psychology, coming together without understanding the basic concept of nature, you suffer. Now after listening to me, go back and understand what actually happens to your mind when you met the person for the very first time. It was always physical. Nature goes by the physics, the chemistry, the biology. So it's a combination of everything, and the youngsters at a very early age, without even understanding this basic concept, fall for it. But the same energy, the same reproduction, so the same reproductive energy can be transformed into doing something better. Now you can transform your body completely. You can make your body strong. You can make your mind intelligent. You can indulge into gaining knowledge. Now all these things will make you an aware person. Now when this aware person, it can be a male or a female, chooses somebody, they will never choose somebody out of compulsion. They will always choose somebody out of their intelligence, and they will never go wrong. Now in majority of the cases, the impulse, the haste, the peer pressure, the biology that rules you so strongly, and you fall for it, and in the end you know what happens. This is what is happening. Toxic relationships, cheating, breakups, fights, abuse, violence. Now, I'm telling you, that's how it works. So as early, you'll understand this one day for sure. We have understood. You will understand, but why to wait? Why to wait for 20, 30, 40 years and then understand the basic concept of nature when you can understand it right now? But the problem with the romanticism is, this kind of movies that you watch is, it creates one kind of fog in our brain and we don't see the clarity. We are always in the illusion of that fantasy world that we see in the movies, and that actually covers the intelligence completely. That's what happens to us. So a few things I want to tell you: stay away from romantic movies, romantic books, stay away from it. This will really trigger your nature more and you will fall more. So these are a few tips I want to give you. So if you want some more such topics where I can just remove your brain fog, or I'll just brainwash you properly, you can comment and I will definitely try to make such more videos. But this video is especially dedicated to my own trainees, my youngsters who are falling into a relationship without understanding their biology. Enjoy.